So this is the first official smoke on the Oklahoma Joe smoker that Jocelyn bought me. We're currently sitting right at 250 degrees. On this one looks like it's 257. Got that clean blue smoke coming out of there. But that temperature's a little hot, so I'm gonna close down my vent a little bit, which I just did. So hopefully we could keep that in there at that 250 mark. 225, 250 range. I like 250 on brisket just to keep it going. But let's see how it goes. This is the first hour. I just put the meat in about 15 minutes ago. And so it's a beautiful day out there. I don't want to show the sun, but yeah. Got my company. Hey Shmoj. And Leia. So here we go.
Could try it anyway.
Smoking meats while the kids are cleaning the yard. Next to the most perfect day yet this summer.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Do you want Dad's
Cool.
tea? Not cool. Do you want Dad's tea? No.
So it's the next morning. It's been about 22 hours since I put the brisket on, and it's getting close to temperature, so I'm waiting any second now. It should send me an alarm, let me know that it's up to temperature, and I'll start checking for tenderness. But we'll see how that goes. The next time I come up, we will have pulled it from the... Well, let me tell you what we did. Since it was such a long process this time, we smoked it in the offset for 4 hours. And then we pulled it, wrapped it in butcher paper, and we put it in our electric smoker at 250 degrees. And it's been in there ever since. So right now it's 8:45 in the morning, the next morning. And like I said, we'll pull it from the electric smoker, we'll pull it out, we'll check it for tenderness, and if it needs to go back in, we'll put it back in. But if it's tender and it's ready, we'll rest it, and we're gonna rest it for 2 hours, or depending on how long it takes, depending on what time we actually get to pull it out. And we plan on eating this thing for lunch, not the whole thing because it's like 16 pounds, but we're gonna go to church this morning. It's Sunday morning, and yeah, like I said, afterwards hopefully it'll be ready and rested and ready to cut into after church for lunch. So what time is it? 9:30, 9:25?
Yep.
Okay. So it's been about 22 and a half hours, and we finally got the alarm saying that it's ready. And probe this. Trying to get through the paper. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap it a little bit just to give it a couple probes just to check the tenderness, and we'll rewrap it and let it rest while we're at church today. So it'll rest about 2.5 hours, maybe 3, before we cut into it. But man, let me tell you, the smell off of this is pretty amazing. It's crazy how sticky it is, and I'm totally gonna like mess up this table with all the grease. So hopefully I don't know if the color's coming through on this or not, but the bark on this is beautiful. It's like golden black. I don't know how else to describe it. But best looking bark I've had so far. And I mean, you can see the jiggle on it is crazy. Let me get a temperature probe.
Is it hard?
Oh.
Soft?
So I got my temperature probe, and I'm just gonna probe it for tenderness. And it's, what you're looking for on this is like a butter consistency. And I don't know if you can see that. There is no resistance. It's exactly what we want. So this thing's done. We're gonna wrap it back up, wrap it in a towel, put it in a cooler, just so that it'll rest. It needs to rest now. Let those juices just soak back in even more, and then this thing will be ready to cut into once it's done resting. So there it is, all wrapped up in a towel and ready to go into a cooler. The one that we grabbed was too small because this brisket is huge, thus the 22.5-hour cook. But it's gonna be amazing. I mean, I just barely got a little bit of the bark that kind of flaked off, and super tasty already. So, all right, next time we get to this, we'll be cutting into it, and you could just Jocelyn says be jealous. So yeah, here we go. So here's our setup for smoking. We got the offset smoker there, the electric smoker in the back, a fan, our chairs, makeshift ottoman, the puppers, because we love them. But yeah, that's what we did on Saturday. Just sat out here, drank some tea, soda, while we let this guy here, the new smoker, which is at Oklahoma Joe's Highland offset smoker, do the work. I mean, so far it's done a really good job. So we'll see how it is once we cut into the brisket this afternoon. And just for some info, sorry about the backlighting, but this is what we used to smoke our brisket today, or yesterday, and today, who knows, well, we smoked it yesterday. So it's Cowboy brand. We used the oak and hickory hardwood lump charcoal to get the fire going, and then we used, I'm just noticing now it's the same brand, Cowboy brand, and it's the hickory pit style cooking wood. So what it is, it's just hardwood. Sorry. And it's just pre-cut pieces of wood. And what I did is I chopped these down a little bit smaller because our smoker isn't huge, but yeah, I just like a little bit smaller pieces of wood while I'm feeding the fire. But that's what we used. There you go. So we're gonna carve it up. I wrap it after I smoke it.
So he smokes it for 4 hours to develop that dark around it, and then he wraps it up after.
Okay.
Good.
So now we're gonna go ahead and slice it. Got the point over here, the flat over here. Just taking some chunks off. That bark is super tough, which is awesome. So excited about it. It's the best bark I've gotten.
I lost.
That bark is so crispy down at the bottom.
It's so good though.
I like it.
Good.
Slice out of the middle. Do whoa, wow. Can't do the hang test, it's too tender. So anyway. Let's take a taster off of this one. What you think, Joe?
Mmm.
Super flavorful.
It's really
Super,
good.
everything's super in my videos. Super this, super that.
It's true. This is super yummy. The crust is my favorite part. Like that super hard. It's yum. Bark. The bark.
Gaining on that pile much. Oh, yeah, yeah.